dalšího videa na Alemejk. No, minule jsme skončili tady. No, tak budeme to asi zdržovat nebo pokračovat dál. Jdeme teda zachránit rasty a teda.
Anybody? Help me!
A už běžím.
Help me!
Teďka už běžím.
Can you hear me? Anyone! Please help!
Hello?
Back here. I'm back here. Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Okay, tak back on. Tak to odemkni to. Tak to. To je. Je stránka.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Yeah. Vidím. Baterii.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on. Rusty! Rusty! The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Just need hunting licenses.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please!
Don't feed the animals.
Fishing! For those
Visitors,
who purchase a park
fishing.
license, obey!
The park ranger's instructions.
At all times. Rusty? Rusty, no! Never! Closer than
25 yards.
Pets must be leashed.
At all times.
Never leave your pet.
Unattended.
It is to remove any
Natural objects.
or historical.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Co? Mám podívat se na ten přerušen. No, tak se.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Tak, jdeme dál. Co to tam vidím? Doufám, že něco jiného než revolver. Ne, škoda.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Máme tady, doufám, že nějaký náboje, když docházíme. A děkuju. Okay. No vidím tu stránku.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares.
Platí. No, jasně, že. Začínají do tuhého. To bude dobrý název, už nebude bezzajímavý, ale už tam bude nějaký ten opisek. To je termoska jimi. No jo, dobrý nápad. Další schránka.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
Okay. Aha.
Shit.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
Nice.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
To je pravda.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up. That's what I got for ya! Like that, boy? Huh? Lovers, these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
Sissies are afraid of the dark. Better get ready. They'll be on us soon. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Cool.
Damn it!
Co mi tam lezeš, ty vole, do...
Stand. There's more. Get ready. We fight them. coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Lieutenant. Ja musím chcípnout, ty vole.
That's what I got for you! Piece of cake, Wake! That's how you wanna... Nothing to it.
Hodně, budu se tady mega odpomáhat.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her and I'll...
Hajzl jedený. Ještě bude vyrožovat.
You're gonna give me the manuscript, or you'll be sorry.
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here! He had Alice. On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign. And nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now. He wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
No, maybe just don't very much.
What the hell? Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck.
Já jsem vůbec nevěděl, co to je. Jsem to ani nevšiml předtím. Ty hajzle. Můžu to nějak to? Ne, nemůžu. Kde seš ty hajzle? Nevím, kde to je. Ještě nějaký náboj, já mám taky. myšlenka.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the
Okay. Máme uslyšené motorovku, jo. Dejte mi tak. Au.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Jau. Tahle hudba se mi nelíbí a to je další dobu. A další termoska. Ale no tak, nemusí. Tak, můžeme jít dál. Au, to je umírá. Tak to nechci. Já jsem mám motivaci k tomu to ničit.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Okay.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Oh. Tak to je divný. To mi dejte. Další termoska. No, už jsem úplně na vrcholku. U něch teď... nejsem. Pardon.
Beware of Widowmakers!
Hunting rifle. No, tak místo brokovnice bych to rád vzal, ale... Jakmile budu mít brokovnici, tak ani na... tak to rozevměním. Co to tam vidím? No teď skoč tam, ty moulo. What the fuck? Co to dělá, pro boha? Tak nás to odpočíno trochu. No, může. Aha. Aha. Ono to tu ani nebylo. Jo! I když tady byl bůh, tak znal jsem to. Jo! Ten velký kluk. Další náboje. Dej. Tak to. To už mám maximum. Schodíme revolver teda.
Hunting!
No i počkej, radši do huntingu, protože jí. Do haj. Aha, už mám jen 2 náboje. No, tak tady už to asi, co to tady je, no, tak buď.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
No, tak to bychom se zase nechali pro příště. Doufám, že se vám video líbilo, nezapomeňte dát like, objevu tam ještě nedali. A já s tím se loučím, tak prozatím čus!